Good morning. I'm Jen Amos at NYSE Research.
I'm Andy Myers, and this is your morning market alert for Friday, April 1st. Stocks on Wall Street are set to open higher as traders digest a big report on March employment. The U.S. economy created 216,000 non-farm jobs last month, and the unemployment rate dropped to 8.8%. We'll bring you all the details and the market reaction after the opening bell. Investors are also watching oil prices and a major development in a high-profile takeover battle. First to the energy market, where crude is jumping above $107 a barrel. Prices are getting a boost from reports that Libyan rebels are losing ground to Muammar Gaddafi's forces. Oil has jumped 17% in just the past 3 months, amid violent protests across the Middle East and North Africa, and the loss of Libya's 1.6 million barrels a day of production.
On the M&A front, a rival bid has emerged for NYSE Euronext. NASDAQ OMX and Intercontinental Exchange offered about $11.3 billion for the operator of the New York Stock Exchange. That equals $42.50 a share in cash and stock, 19% higher than the price proposed by Deutsche Börse. NYSE Euronext agreed to that offer back in February, but the new bid could set up a battle for the world's biggest stock exchange operator. Shares of NYSE Euronext are jumping more than 10% on the news, while NASDAQ, Intercontinental, and Deutsche Börse are all trading lower in the pre-market.
We're also keeping an eye on the automakers. They're scheduled to report their domestic sales for March throughout the day. Edmunds.com predicts that the industry as a whole sold 16.5% more cars and trucks than it did a year ago, and 25% above February's level. The reports come against a backdrop of sky-high gas prices, conflict in the Middle East, and supply chain problems stemming from the disaster in Japan. But analysts say that may actually help March sales as consumers try to buy before availability decreases. The supply crunch isn't expected to be fully felt until this month. Ford is expected to post a 15% jump in U.S. sales, which could outpace rival General Motors for only the second time in 13 years. Toyota is the only major automaker likely to post a decline in March sales.
A couple more stocks to watch today. U.S. traded shares of the Swiss technology firm Logitech are tumbling nearly 20% after it lowered its full-year earnings and sales outlook. Krispy Kreme is also set to open sharply lower. The donut chain reported an unexpected fourth-quarter loss after yesterday's closing bell. And finally, a couple airline stocks may be on the move. U.S. Airways is rising more than 2% after an upgrade from J.P. Morgan. But the analyst cut its rating on AMR, the parent of American Airlines, sending that stock lower in the pre-market. That's the latest from NYSE Research. We'll be back after the opening bell with all the details on today's employment report and the market reaction.